Supreme Court rejects Trump administration's bid to freeze $2 billion in foreign aid. In a significant setback for the Trump administration and its controversial foreign aid freeze, the Supreme Court has refused to reinstate a hold on nearly $2 billion in funds. The 5-4 decision, released Wednesday, saw Chief Justice John Roberts and Justice Amy Coney Barrett siding with the court's liberal justices, upholding a lower court order that mandated the immediate release of the funds. This ruling marks a crucial victory for aid organizations and the vulnerable populations they serve, who faced devastating consequences from the administration's actions. The drama unfolded after President Trump, upon assuming office on January 20th, implemented a sweeping 90-day freeze on all U.S. foreign assistance. This drastic measure, justified under the banner of his America First foreign policy, triggered immediate and widespread chaos. Thousands of vital programs supporting communities worldwide were abruptly halted, jeopardizing the delivery of essential services like food, medicine, and humanitarian aid. The consequences were dire, leaving countless individuals facing hardship and uncertainty. The administration's rationale for the freeze was a purported review process to ensure alignment with its nationalistic agenda. However, this claim was met with fierce opposition from aid organizations who argued that the freeze inflicted irreparable harm, not only to their operations, but also to the lives and livelihoods of millions who depended on their crucial work. The abrupt cessation of funding created a humanitarian crisis, halting the distribution of life-saving resources and leaving vulnerable populations stranded. Faced with the escalating crisis and the devastating impact on those in need, several aid organizations initiated legal action against the Trump administration. They sought an immediate court intervention to release the frozen funds, arguing that the prolonged freeze would cause irreversible damage, affecting not only their operations, but also the very lives of their beneficiaries. Their plea found a receptive ear in U.S. District Judge Amit P. Mehta, who issued a temporary order on February 13th to restore the funding. This decision, however, did not quell the administration's efforts to maintain control over the funds. They promptly appealed to the Supreme Court, requesting an emergency stay of the lower court's ruling and a subsequent review. Chief Justice Roberts initially granted a temporary pause to allow the court to carefully assess the matter. The Supreme Court's subsequent deliberations hinged on the critical issue of whether the administration's justification for the freeze outweighed the demonstrable harm inflicted upon aid recipients. In court documents, the aid organizations vehemently argued that the prolonged suspension of funding would cause extraordinary and irreversible harm, highlighting the devastating impact on their operations, employees, and the vulnerable populations they serve. The sheer scale of the potential damage, meticulously documented, served as a powerful argument against the administration's position. The arguments presented before the Supreme Court underscored the deeply contrasting viewpoints on the role of U.S. foreign aid and the administration's approach to international relations. The administration's emphasis on its America First policy clashed sharply with the aid organizations' depiction of the humanitarian crisis unfolding as a direct consequence of the freeze. The Supreme Court's decision to uphold the lower court order represents a significant victory for accountability and the protection of those most vulnerable. It underscores the vital role of the judiciary in safeguarding fundamental rights and preventing government actions that could cause irreparable harm. The dissenting opinions, expectedly highlighting concerns about executive authority and national security, nonetheless failed to sway the majority. This case is only one piece of a larger puzzle. According to the Just Security Tracker, a staggering 96 legal challenges have been filed against the Trump administration's actions, reflecting the breadth and depth of controversy surrounding its policies. This ruling, while concerning a specific matter of foreign aid, speaks to a larger trend of judicial scrutiny facing the administration's actions. The implications of the Supreme Court's decision extend far beyond the immediate release of $2 billion in funds. It serves as a powerful message against the arbitrary suspension of vital aid programs and underscores the importance of protecting vulnerable populations worldwide. The decision highlights the judiciary's role in ensuring accountability and preventing the government from inflicting unnecessary harm, underscoring the vital intersection of law, foreign policy, and humanitarian concerns. The debate over the proper use of foreign aid and the balance between national interests and international humanitarian obligations continues, but this decision serves as a critical check on executive overreach and a significant victory for those dependent upon this assistance. The impact reverberates across the international landscape, strengthening the rule of law and the protection of vulnerable populations against arbitrary governmental actions. The long-term consequences remain to be seen, but this landmark decision will undoubtedly shape future debates surrounding foreign aid and the balance between national priorities and global humanitarian responsibilities.